Good morning, guys. Just cleaning up a little bit. Right. Nice to see y'all again. Or nice to be seen, I guess. Okay, so we're going to start like we always do. I'm going to pull a card and we're going to see who it's going to be for. Hope everybody had a nice night. We're more than halfway through the week, so I feel like people should be in a better mood. Maybe, right? You never know. Very hot here. And especially here because I still didn't get that air conditioner that I was talking about. So I have to work on that coming up soon. Right. Do a little different just because my shuffling isn't top notch. And sometimes I feel like we get the same people over and over again. So I'm going to just do a little spread. Right. Spread them a little bit. I don't want them to get upside down though. Okay, and we're going to pick somebody here. Aquarius! Hey, that was my mom's sign. I like Aquarius, right? You got the Fool card, which is so fitting for Aquarius, I think, right? Just because, like, Aquarius, I feel like the way I described them is like being like new to the world. Kind of like, I believe that our souls like incarnate in different places and different times over and over again, right? So I feel like the Aquarius is like the first levels. You know what I mean? The first experiences that you have as a new soul here, because they're just so like open and kind of willing to take that risk, always looking towards new things, inspired by new beginnings, right? Okay, so we know we got Aquarius. I'm going to start pulling some cards and see what's up with Aquarius right now. So I'm just going to leave that Fool out. Let's see what type of Fool this is, right? We got two types. We got the good Fool, right, on the positive end. That's trying new things. Maybe things didn't work out the way that you anticipated. And it's time to go back to the drawing board, right? New beginnings, innocence, a free spirit, a person that is up for adventure, right? That's Aquarius. So let's grab a couple of these. I don't want to go too heavy on these because these are kind of wild. And it makes it seem like everyone's in a karmic situation when it's really not like that. So I'm just going to pull a couple of these and then I'm just going to pull these Power of Self-Direction cards and just see where we get. Right. Yeah, Heart to Heart and the blues. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, give me a couple cards for Aquarius. Aquarius energy today. I'd like to thank my spirit guides, angels, ancestors, the divine, for helping me get this far, right? Because no matter what, a lot of times you feel like you're on your own, but you've got that support on the other side. Oh, that one really wanted to come out. I guess I have to leave it. We got the blues. Scared, heavy emotions, mental distress. So it feels like, and lipstick evidence, infidelity, caught cheating. So, I mean, it's easy to really put these two together and just think like, you got the blues because you caught your partner cheating. That's pretty practical, I guess. But this feels like scared of taking a chance, right? It feels more like that Fool energy. Like the opposite of the Fool energy, right? Because we've got that Fool, but then on top of it, we've got scared, heavy emotions, mental distress, which that's not what the Fool is. The Fool is excited and passionate about the next adventure. So it feels like there's something that's holding you back right now. And I don't know if it's something from your past, possibly maybe a problem with self-confidence because of being cheated on in the past or being betrayed in the past. I mean, that is a reason that would kind of make you a bit skeptical or kind of intimidate you or make you scared or have heavy emotions towards ever being in a relationship again after experiencing betrayal or catching someone cheating, right? So it's kind of like you need to embody this energy, but right now you're not because of whatever happened in the past. Now let's see. I'm going to get some of these self-direction. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. So that, okay. So we've got you being encouraged to take a chance. Kind of to find your passion. What does this say? I look forward to a new beginning and journey. Because our journeys are changing all the time, even if it's like changing jobs, moving, having children, getting married. Those are all changes that are coming through. And really a lot of times it's that we need to get more comfortable with making those changes. We get kind of stuck in this comfort zone, right? And it's not possible for us to really flow the way we need to through life because we're getting so caught up like in this sticky energy and like staying in one place. We got frustration, hot-tempered, learn to forgive and let go of grudges. So even more, this is really encouraging what I said before. Like this seems like it's something from a past relationship where you were possibly betrayed or you caught someone cheating on you and you still haven't let go of that grudge. And the way you know that you haven't let go is because of this fear, because of these heavy emotions, this dread that comes with ever being in a relationship again, right? So it's like we have to let go of this because really you're only hurting yourself. The more you hold on to anger and resentment, you're only hurting yourself. The other person is completely fine, especially if they feel that they didn't do anything wrong. They're going about their happy life and you're, you know what I mean? You're basically eating your stomach up, you know, creating ulcers in your stomach because you're so stressed about it and you're so angry and you're still holding on to all of that. And that really needs to be let go of. The next card we got is denial. Avoiding the heart, face reality. And possibly in this scenario, it feels like the denial is about it possibly ever working out, right? You have this fear towards experiencing something new, whether it's in love, work, home, whatever the case is, right? And you're not facing the reality. This is what this is saying. You haven't forgiven. You got to let go of these things in order to move forward. Avoiding the heart is like thinking that you can just move on without basically processing whatever happened in that relationship. And kind of addressing the fact that just because someone cheated on you doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means there's something wrong with them. They weren't prepared for that commitment. Their willpower was not strong enough. That has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. I know it's hard because like we internalize everything. Anytime someone isn't like completely like enamored with you, so we feel like we did something wrong. I have to change. I have to be like this or I have to be like that. When really it's about reminding ourselves of who we actually are. Going within your heart and being able to forgive, to accept, to face reality, and to do just like the Fool and to move forward on your journey. Because the journey's always going to be moving. You're always going to be moving, right? Things are going to change always. That's the nature of this life. It's a constant motion, and hopefully it's a growth. Not just like a movement forward, but a growth upwards. So I'm going to clarify these cards and like see what else we can find out about the situation. Maybe get some tips and tricks, something. We'll see. So we've got the blues. That's those heavy, scared emotions, that mental distress. Kind of not able to move forward because you're stuck on whatever it was that happened. All right, tell me about the blues card. Too many. Tell me about the blues card, okay? New ideas. Confidence, inspiration. And I feel like this is part of it. These two. We've got Two of Pentacles, which is like trying to find balance or sometimes just juggling. Whether it's like you're juggling money financially or you're juggling your time. And then we've got the Page of Swords, which is about new ideas. And really, the Page of Swords energy a lot of times is like someone watching you. Someone kind of standing in the background and watching. But in this scenario, it feels like this is you, right? And you're looking towards these new adventures, these possibilities, right? These new beginnings, fresh beginnings, new starts, however you want to call it, right? And I feel like the fear comes with expecting to perform at this level, right? Looking at a new opportunity and being expected to be very communicative, very confident, very passionate, very chatty, very curious, just like very passionate in a way. But a lot of ideas, because this is a Swords, this is about ideas, this is like mental energy. And then balancing. So it's kind of like you're going back and forth. You know, your thoughts are back and forth. Feels like going between this, like wanting to take a chance on a fresh beginning, on something new, but just feeling that fear and that those heavy emotions from the past, and it kind of keeping you in this back and forth energy where you're just trying to balance what's happening. Let's see what we get for infidelity, betrayal. Because I kind of want to know about this betrayal. What happened? What happened in this scenario? Okay. We've got the Page of Cups. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. So, Page of Cups is basically like a small offer. And sometimes, like, I like to think of it as like an indecent offer. Or, like something that's not necessarily worth your time, right? Because it's pretty weird. I mean, there's like a fish in the cup. So it's like you didn't really take any time to think about this, or you know what I'm saying? You have some kind of like dirty mixed emotions. That's the way I feel when I see this card. Because really, these cups are supposed to have fresh well water, right? Something clean, pristine, something that's been like gifted to you from the universe, like water that's so clean and clear and refreshing and all the positive things about water, right? But it's tainted. So it's kind of like a tainted offer. And it feels like there was an offer made to someone in your past and they walked away. They took that offer and they walked away. That's what this says to me. The offer was made. That's an offer that was for significantly less than what you were offering, right? And that in itself is a betrayal, right? Not only if you're the person who was betrayed, but also on the other end too, if you're the one who betrayed, you've also betrayed yourself because you've left something better for something tainted. right? So this feels like it's not going to work out anyway. This was offered and these two thought this is a good idea. I'm going to run off and go in this direction, only to be left out in the cold and to be experiencing hardship, whether it's financially or just poverty. Okay, so then we got frustration, hot-tempered. Tell me about hot-tempered frustration for Aquarius energy. Okay, we got, oh, Jesus. Woo, that's heavy deception. That is heavy deception. We've got the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Where the Five of Swords is basically a conflict, a competition where you have been defeated, right? You've been defeated in the Five of Swords. And then in the Seven of Swords, there's been dishonesty, trickery, thievery. So it looks like your frustration and your hot temper has to do with these deceptions that happen, these lies, this conflict, this possibly feeling defeated because of the things that went on in this relationship. This is really heavy energy. Like I can feel it in my throat. I feel like my throat is caught. And I'm trying like to push through this, but it's like, I don't know. Is it that you're not talking about this? It feels like you're not forgiving and you're not letting go of that grudge. And it possibly has something to do with your throat chakra. It possibly has to do with speaking these things, speaking the way that you have been offended, speaking about what happened. That's the way you release it. Let it go. Sometimes, like, I feel like it's okay to recruit one of your friends or your family members so that you can kind of not dump information on them, but actually be able to get things off of your chest, get things out. Explain to someone what happened so that you can feel heard. You can feel seen. You can feel that someone understands your perspective. And then once that happens, you can kind of move forward from that. But not speaking about it, not communicating it, holding these things in, you're not going to be able to process your grudge or your hate or whatever it is, this energy, this heavy, lower vibrational energy that you feel towards this person because all these things that happened in the past. The deception, the lies, the trickery, the cheating. You have to let it go, though. You have to find a way to speak these things, and like in a way it's kind of like getting rid of them. The more like you hold things in and you don't talk about anything, it's like you're just burying like a mouthful of words, right? And then like you're gonna get to a point where you're like, I can't, right? It's too much. And that's why a lot of people, they're like, I'm here, right? Because it's too much. You've let things stack up on you, right? And we can't do that. Like in this energy that you're in right now, Aquarius, I'm talking to you directly, okay? I need you to find a friend, find a family member, talk to your partner, speak about the deceptions that happened in the past. Speak about the things that happened and that you're fearful of happening again. Get those things out. You need to get them out. And I feel that hasn't happened. Got the last card. We got denial, facing reality. So let's see what we get. Okay. Tell me about denial for Aquarius energy. Denial. We got the Magician. And I like that. I like the Magician card there, right? Because in a way, this says reminder behavior, right? And it's like, we need to remind ourselves, you are a magician. You are a magician. I don't care about like, you thinking about witchcraft or voodoo or any of that. That's not what I'm talking about. You are a magician. Why? Because you get an idea in your mind and you create it in the physical world. We all do this. It a lot of times we're doing it without realizing that we're doing it, but we are all doing this. Our attention gets drawn in a specific area. Our focus goes there. And from there, we create. You know what I mean? We create with the universe. We put our energy, our passion, our time, our love into whatever this is, right? And the universe works with us to put us in the right place at the right time, where we can get the things that we need or the things that we want, the things that we've been calling in to create. You see, we all have the tools, right? We think about the 4 tools. We got wands, which is about like fire energy, working, passion. We've got cups, that's about water, emotions, relationships. We got swords, that's all about thoughts, thinking, watching, planning, right? And then we got pentacles, which is all about like bringing things into this material world, right? It's they're the basically the hardest signs because they're in this physical reality, right? Where the others are more of kind of things that aren't seen, right? Because like thoughts aren't seen, the energy you put into things is not necessarily seen by the public. So like we have all these aspects, and being the magician is about mastering every aspect, right? And working with the tools that you have. Knowing that like thinking, meditating, sword type energy, right? Those things are what bring the visions into your mind, right? Of that house that you want, the way you want it to look, or that car you want, how you want it to be, the color you want it to be. Then we've got like the wands. That's the actual work that goes in, the passion, the one foot after the other, right? What brings that in, the work that's involved. We all do work in this life. No matter what you think, everyone does work in this life. So it's about putting these tools together. And then emotions, for me, I feel like as a Cancer, I have a few Cancer placements, and I feel like it's my heaviest sign. I really hone in on my emotions when in any type of project. I use emotional intelligence more, I would say, than anything else. I use my intuition together with my emotional intelligence, right? Because for me, I'm not able to create, continue, work, be passionate about something without that emotional aspect of it. And then we've got the pentacle. The pentacle is the longest to come through. So we have to use these tools to create what we want. We use our thoughts to create a plan to get us where we want to be, right? Create a vision. Then we use our fire energy to create abundance in our lives so that we can use that abundance, those pentacles basically, in exchange. You're exchanging that passion, that energy that you put in for the pentacles. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to change those pentacles for something else, right? So like, this is why we have all these aspects. We just need to learn how to work with them. What works best for you? Do you do better when you create a plan and you use your mind over using your emotions? Or do you do better focusing on the physical? Go, 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 go. See, you really have to be able to look within. You have to have very strong self-awareness to really embody this magician energy, because you have to know where you stand in every aspect and know how to work with it, right? Know what works for you, what brings you results. So, I mean, the only advice that I can give right now, you know what I mean, personally, is I would say focus on forgiveness. Focus on letting go of the grudge. Focus on that first, because you're not going to be in the right energy. Because remember, emotion is a strong aspect of this magician. You need all four to be working in the right alignment. And being in this energy, holding grudges, being angry at someone, feeling hatred towards someone, it's not going to put you in the right energy to manifest the things that you want. So like step one out the gate has to be, I have to forgive. I have to let go of this. And like I said before on these posts, I've said before, I've had to ask God and go directly to the divine and say, God, please help me with forgiveness. Help me to let go of all this emotional baggage, trauma, and this grudge that I have with this person. And it's happened to me more than twice that I have gone to God and said, look, I need you to help me with this. I need you to work with me on this. And sometimes you have to go a couple times and say, God, ancestors, spirit guides, like, give me some support. Help me in this. Help guide me in the right direction so that I can get this off of me. Because that's what you're doing. It's like getting a weight off of you. And here we started with heavy emotions. So this is the most important thing here. In order to jump to the next thing and feel this freedom, you got to let go of it. You got to let go of it. And I mean, if it helps, I think for me it helped thinking like this person is having, the person that you're upset with, that you're holding a grudge with, they're having a perfectly fine life. They're happy, vacationing, running through the sand, living their best life. And then you're over here angry. So on top of that, they hurt you. You're hurting yourself too. Because that's what you're doing. When you're not forgiving, you're not letting go, you're hurting yourself. So number one, let's try to move through that. Ask for help from God. I believe that it's helped me, and it can help you too. I mean, whatever you believe in, I know everybody has their belief system, but ask for the help, and it will come through for you. I believe that is 100% true. So I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you guys really enjoyed the reading, and I'll be back again soon for another one. If you have any requests, you want to hear your sign, drop it in the comments, and I'll get back to you on the next one. All right? Take care. See you guys soon.